All right, fish cakes. I imagine I can trust you, of all people, to keep your mouth shut if anybody says anything unkind or inaccurate about the Mer. You need not correct them. It would be a dead giveaway. Okay, yeah, I just realized who I'm talking to. You're very good at holding your cards close to you. All right. Well, since one of us does have to speak to people, why don't you hang out here, take a look around? I am going to go see what I can find out. And hang on, what's wrong? Which poster? Oh. Oh, the one with the mermaid. Is that the one you're looking for, do you think? Okay, well, yeah, they do tend to be inaccurate, but if the hair color is right and the color of the scales is about right, then maybe we're onto something. You hang tight while I go to that bookseller over there. He'll probably know the local stories. You know what? In the meantime, here. Take this. Go buy yourself some sweets. I think you'll like them. Oh, here. You give them this coin right here. And you see all those colored circles on the cart? Just point to anyone that looks appealing to you. And they'll take the coin, give you one of the sweets, and hang out for a bit because they'll also give you some coins back. All right? You enjoy that, and I will be right back. All right, well, I've got a few things that it doesn't taste very good like that, does it? No, you have to take the wrapper off to eat it. The sweet is inside the wrapper. Here, let me show you. There you go. Pop that in your mouth. Much better, isn't it? I thought so. See? The surface isn't all bad, is it? I mean, fish is nice, but I've never tasted the fish that tasted like that. Anyway, I have kind of good news. I have a little bit of the background of the Mermaid Festival. Apparently, just a few months ago, there was a mermaid in port. A real mermaid, not one of those fake things that I was telling you about. They actually saw her alive, moving, living, breathing, talking. It seems she had a tent set up at the end of the dock where she would tell her tale for coin. Why a mermaid needs coin, I'm not entirely certain, but she did. She would tell her tale to the people of the town, and if any of them came close to her, she would dive into the water and escape. So it seems she's safe. She had reason to be wary, though. It turns out she got here by being picked up by a handsome sea captain with ugly, ugly intentions. He, charmed her and lured her onto his ship with the intention of, I can only speculate what his exact intentions were, but this particular captain had a reputation for trading illicit goods. So, a mermaid's tale would have brought in a lot of money. I'm sorry. But she escaped him clearly, and she hasn't been caught by anyone since, so far as I can tell. She has been working with a human ally, a young man that she met on the ship. So her experience couldn't have been entirely bad. Perhaps. I don't know. But it seems he's the one who wrote this book. Right here. If we find him, we can find her, I think. So I can check the land for him. And you can get back in the water and look for her. I hope by now you know that you're safe on my ship. That no harm will come to you from me or my crew while you're in a vulnerable state. But, I don't know how comfortable your sister would be getting on another ship with another human. Perhaps between you and her cabin boyfriend, you might be able to convince her that it would be safe and we can bring you back to where we found you. But that's a problem for another day. Unfortunately, we have yet another issue. Well, the pirate who picked her up was a pirate captain. But he lost his ship. According to the lore I'm hearing, it might have had something to do with your sister. But suffice it to say, when he found himself shipless, he accepted a pardon that had been extended to all of us by the king last year. He's no longer a pirate captain now. Now he's a naval captain. And he has the power of the king behind him. For all we know, he could be the one who is captaining the ship that chased us from the area where we picked you up from. He would have been coming from the right direction. It's entirely possible that he went back to the area where he found your sister, hoping that he would see her there again, so that he could exact his revenge. Or perhaps he's there to exact his revenge on the home that she came from. To be honest, this is all speculation. But here, this is another book written by the captain. In his version of the story, apparently, the mermaid is the wicked witch of the sea. He, her innocent victim, barely escaped with his life. So, of course, it's not his fault that he did not go down with the ship when all of his crew but he and the cabin boy perished. According to him, it's all down to the evil witch of the sea who, while being evil and witchy, was also in love with him and could not bear to destroy him. Just everyone around him. Look, I'll read this book. I only got the synopsis from the bookseller, so there's certainly going to be more details in here that I missed. Maybe it'll give us a clue as to what he plans to do next. But you should know beforehand that if we fight him, and I'm willing to do that, I'm sure my crew is willing to do that, you're one of us now. For as long as you choose to be. But if we fight him, it won't be pirate against pirate now. It won't be ship against ship. We will be going against the Royal Navy, and they do take prisoners. If they took you. I don't want to think of what might happen if they found out your true nature. So, we'll have to think carefully about what we do next. Do you understand? Yes, of course. You're right. Find your sister first, and then we decide. Well, oh. Is that why we've been walking back to the dock? I didn't... So you're gonna go... You're gonna go now? No, of course it's... of course, there's no time like the present. Oh, yeah, I'll take your clothes. I'll keep them safe for you on the ship. Triton? Just... come back to me. You know, let me know what you find. I will be at the stern of my ship at sundown, and I will look out for you. Please, whatever happens, let me know. Thank you. Well, I guess now's the time, huh? Yeah, I'll take those pants. Good thing nobody can see. Oh. I was not expecting that. Especially not when you stand there pantsless at the end of a dock. Go on. Get in the water. I will see you tonight. Oh, and, good luck, fish cake. $20,000 of you. My goodness, that is a lot of people listening to me talk to myself. And I am so thankful and so flattered. That is so much time and so much attention, and thank you. This is actually my second take, because I literally tried to thank everyone in my comments that I could think of, and there's so many of you, and my list kept getting longer and longer of the people who comment regularly. And I can't. It was getting ridiculous. I apologize for not shouting out to everybody that I see out there regularly. What I am going to do is, coming up soon, I've got so many people who make very funny comments or bring up very good points that deserve to be shared with more than just me, or more than just the people who are right there, right then. And I'm going to be turning some of them into shorts. It's responding to them and responding to in vocally as opposed to typing. And so you do know, for one, that I do see you, even if I'm not always responding. There's so many people. I see you. Thank you. Also coming up, this Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific, if all goes well. Right now, I have to be approved by YouTube. It's a 24-hour process to be approved by YouTube to do a live stream. And I should be approved by tomorrow morning, but I gave it until Sunday to make sure that we're good to go. And I'm going to be doing a 20-minute live stream at 6 p.m. Pacific. I will put out a notice. And I'll have Xena joining me. In theory, she has threatened to be 20 minutes late. So we will see, because she knows I am so fucking terrified. When I did a live stream with Xena, and I knew that I was not going to be the only person on, there were like 4 other people or 3 other people there on at the time, knowing that I was going to just be live in front of her audience, I was so so sick beforehand. So I can't even imagine what I'm going to be like when it's my own audience. And and the focus is on me, because then I could have shut up and not said anything. Nobody would have noticed. I only had to comment when I had something intelligent or I thought was intelligent to say. Of course, anybody who was there for the live stream knows that I didn't only open my mouth when I had something intelligent to say. So I will see you on Sunday, and it will be just 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more if I'm not hyperventilating. Maybe a lot longer if I just pass out in front of the mic and you guys are listening to crickets in the background. But we'll see how it goes. Um, in the meantime, while I can't thank every commenter and every person subscribed and every person who has encouraged me, I can thank the people who have been, oh my goodness, so kind and generous in raiding my throne and giving gifts and gravy. Thank you for all of those kind congratulatory gifts. Arc Redemption and Swaggy Llama and Flaws. I can't even mention Flaws because Flaws is going away for a little bit and I'm going to miss him so much. And it's going to be a 2.5 months. But the Y Rider and Captain Kiloa, okay, I was already a little overwhelmed because 20,000 support from 20,000 people is a lot, and it's humbling and it's flattering and it's a little overwhelming to think about. And then thinking about Flaws going is just gonna tip me over the edge into being a blubbering mess. So I'm not gonna do that. But I do also want to thank all of the people who joined me in creating a little video full of love and kind words and farewells for Flaws. You guys, you come to the internet where people are often not kind, and they are often less kind to women, and especially women who have anything spicy to do or say. And you turn that on its ear. You guys are so always kind. You do good things for me and for each other, and you guys, and when I say guys, it's a gendered term, but I do mean guys and girls and NBs. You are the absolute best that the internet has to offer. And I am so lucky to be part of this crowd. So, joining this, and I do mean all of you, not just my patrons my patrons are wonderful. My patrons are the reason that I'm able to take time away from my day job to be able to do something that is so fun and fulfilling, and they're the reason I get to be so fortunate as to speak to all of you. But I certainly do mean everybody in this community, everybody who is commenting and everybody who's listening and liking and sharing, and you're just all doing such kind things. And I hope you are giving yourselves pats on the back. I mean it every time that I say, I hope you are as kind to yourselves as you are to me, because you deserve that. Just being here. This is honestly as wholesome as it gets. Even when I'm doing my spicy content on Patreon, it's still as wholesome as it gets. I do kind of do wholesome spicy. Well, no, I do comedic spicy. That's a different thing. I've said it before. The price of my virtue is a good punchline. So, it, and speaking of my Patreon, because I've been speaking my Patreon and my patrons, and two more people to thank and to welcome, Zachary and Hithro Inferno. It's so very nice to have you on board, and I hope I will see you in the chat. I did send out a chat in the Patreon yesterday, if you guys, or today, if you guys got it. I don't know what day it is anymore. I've been working a lot lately. And I also put out a spicy today. So go enjoy that. And thank you, as always, to my absolute cupcakes, my pound cake and baker tears. There is Mikatomo, Wolf9004, Wolf, Vile Miles, Succubus Slave, Malice Silo, Army Guy 007, The Undead Toast, Mr. Fabulous, Tiny the Taxman, Meryl, Inline Flaws, Mr. Rickles, Anin, Nick, Always Able, Infinite Moon, Old Bean UK, Kahlua Bear Forces, Swaggy Llama, Cody, Artlow, Pierce Tailish, Lucky Bellamy, Telemary Shuffle, and Christian Cleopatra. And I am back to doing an outro that is as long as the story, but I apologize for that. This is actually so much better than the last version, where I kept trying to thank everybody. It was ridiculous. Oh, you guys, be as good to yourselves as you are to me. I will talk to you, hopefully, Sunday. Have a good weekend.